Zeeshan, how do we fix that sort of image with Islam? Because they've done a good job in the past 20 years of demonizing Islam by using figures like Osama bin Laden to misrepresent. They seem like it's a violent religion when it's really very peaceful. Even I had struggles before I became a Muslim with that sort of programming.
So firstly, bro, it's important to understand that Islam is always going to be seen as the bad guy. Yeah. Reason being, because Islam goes against the very things that this society rests upon. For example, I was looking at the alcohol industry, which is a $1.5 trillion industry.
Wow.
Yeah. Islam comes along and says alcohol is forbidden. Yeah, but what about this? And the Old Testament said this, and the New Testament. No, it's forbidden. There's no ifs or no buts. Gambling, $1 trillion industry in itself. Islam comes along and says, nope, that's forbidden. Yeah, alcohol forbidden, gambling forbidden, drugs is $500 billion industry. Nope, forbidden. Taliban came in before the Americans were making all this money off the opium. Taliban come in, they cut the opium. Yeah, whatever you might think about them, but cutting off drugs, which Nicaragua, the US were actually utilizing crack cocaine when it came to the Nicaraguans and the Sandinistas before he was already exposed. But here, no drugs. The sex industry, again, worth $500 billion.
Right.
Again, Islam comes along and says, nope, haram.
The Taliban did a good job of outlawing poppy in Afghanistan.
Yeah, that's where the opium comes from, isn't it? So Islam comes along with categorical statements cutting at the roots of these cabal, these individuals that make money off people's miseries. For example, bro, just take interest.
Okay.
Now, interest.
Usury,
Yeah, usury. Now, this is something which the world pretty much relies upon. But if you just break down what interest is,
slavery.
It's slavery, but also it not only promotes extravagance, but what it does is it harms the economy. Yeah. Now, how does it harm the economy? Someone that's borrowing something, now he's been given interest, he has to retract. He can't spend as much. Yeah. So now the person that he's buying from, he's selling less stuff. Then the person that supplied him, then the farmer that supplied him, has a knock-on effect. As Muslims, we come along and say sadaqah, which is optional charity. That removes sins, but it also dispels hardship. If you're going through something, it's difficult, give sadaqah, give charity. We're often told, give charity, even in UK statistics where the faith group that's the highest when it comes to charity. Now, charity is good for the economy because the more charity you're giving, somebody is in need of money. You give charity, that person is able to buy clothes, is able to buy food. Now, if they're able to buy food and clothes, then that means that the shopkeeper that needs to produce clothes and food gets to do more. Then the supplier gets to produce more. So this helps the economy and it reduces extravagance as well. So you will see within the inbuilt systems of Islam
that are saying all Muslims do is eat. I just do want to remind you guys, it's Ramadan, we did not eat all day long.
Exactly. Like anyone who's in control and who's in power, divide and rule has always been the be-all and end-all. For example, if you look at history, there was an actual group called the Bavarian Illuminati. Not the Illuminati, the Bavarian Illuminati. They were scapegoated. After them came the Catholics. After them came the blacks. After them came the this, the that. Now it's just the turn of the Muslims. One of my neighbors, he's black and he's not a Muslim, but he just laughs with me and he says, now it's just your turn now. Before it was our turn, now it's just your turn. The buck has been passed on, but the buck will stay with us because all the powers that be, they're saying this is a man, no, there is no man, there is no woman. They're trying to change the reality from in front of you. There is no right, there is no wrong. There's no objective morality, Sneako. There's nothing. There's no right or wrong. Somebody doing a surgery is the same as somebody scratching his ass, to put it frankly. So when there's no morality, when interest is okay as long as you're making money, as long as you're helping, and individualism, it's fine, as long as you don't hurt somebody else. What does hurt somebody else mean? It doesn't matter. We'll talk about that later. Hey, look at this guy. There's a boxing fight going on. Oh, there's a cricket match going on. Oh, there's a football match. Okay. Oh, Netflix. $1 billion for a Star Wars series.
Brilliant.
Yeah, 1 billion. That was the budget. So when these sorts of budgets are given there, but when you look at what we're spending, it's not comparable. So Islam will always be a threat to them because Even at Speaker's Corner, you and I, we were there today. When you spoke to Jewish people, they do not claim their book is preserved. They do not even profess that is the same book that was there before. Christians, they do not profess that. Hindus don't profess that. Muslims do. Muslims profess it's the same exact book.
Right.
We can prove. We have manuscripts. We have a live language. We have people that memorize it from cover to cover. On this table, I will recite something from the Quran. I will make a mistake. 3-4 brothers will be, that's wrong. But if you do that with the New Testament, non-existent. No one will know, bro.
Right.
So with Islam, because it's preserved, because it's the last line of defense, no prophet to come after Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. So, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Islam is always going to be a threat to them. It's always going to be a threat to the economy. It's going to be a threat to the ideological manipulation. Because now Islam is the last defense.
And it's the solution. That's why they see it as a threat, because it's a solution to all these modern slavery problems.